pitches. I don't know what Bobby Jones' intentions were, but they certainly weren't very close. And now Dallas Green yelling at Steve Avery.
Something to Steve Avery. And look out. The benches have people on their feet in both dugouts. And here we go.
Todd Hundley trying to get a piece of Steve Avery. Grissom has him. And now everybody trying to protect Steve Avery. Somebody better get Marquise Grissom out of the grips of about 5 Mets.
Dallas Green is trying to get at Steve Avery.
Well, Fred McGriff had a good hold of him. Ned Yost has come in to try to help Marquise. So is the rest of the bullpen. Big Frank Howard trying to pull him out of there. But Dallas Green started this one, folks. He was headed back to the dugout and he fired some parting shots at Steve Avery. And then Todd Hundley took up the argument.
But see, here's where I think things could have been different, Joe. If the warning had been issued when Steve Avery hit Jose Vizcaino, if the umpires had been aware of the exchange between Avery and Vizcaino, then when Bobby Jones threw those 2 pitches close enough to Steve Avery for Charlie Williams to think it were retaliatory, he would have been out of the game, and so would Dallas Green immediately. The pitcher and the manager both are ejected at that point. They got a free shot at Steve Avery, and that's what touched this whole thing off.
Yeah. But I don't know, Pete, that they were aware of what Vizcaino did. I don't think they were aware of what Steve Avery saw. I don't think any of them saw what Steve Avery saw. Steve Swisher, by the way, the bullpen coach for the Mets, came in and tried to incite some more, too. He was involved in that big fight that the Mets had with the Cubs, and he got a suspension for being heavily.
Now, their pitcher and their manager get ejected.
And Avery responds with a long drive to center. Johnson was playing shallow. He's going back. That ball is off the wall. Avery's going to have a double. And he almost hit it out of the ballpark. What a response that was from Steve Avery. It's Death Valley to center field here in New York, and he almost hit it out of the park.
And I think he thought he had it out of the park because he was, and you can see Lance Johnson's not too happy, I don't think, about the Cadillac trot that Steve Avery gave that ball.
Well, I don't know if he could have seen that if he was watching the baseball.
But a ball hit that deeply, and Lance Johnson knows this because he's led the league in triples several times in his career. Normally would be a 3-base hit, but Avery thought it was out of here. When it hit high off the wall, he had to settle for a double because he was just trotting.
I think he actually got leather on that, too. Almost caught it. Pete, watch him come from the on-deck circle.
You can see Hundley going after Avery, and there's Marquise grabbing Todd Hundley. Now watch Dallas Green enter the picture, and he's the one closest to Steve Avery now, and they had to hold him back.
What's Charlie Williams doing? Charlie Williams left the scene of the crime, didn't he? He was headed to first base. Look at the Mets that have all got Marquise Grissom.